Hello.
That's nice.
Folks at home, welcome back. Bash You Live is at iCast 2017. I've got two very special guests to my left. Probably my two favorite people in the entire sport fishing industry. I'm going to yell, make people come over here and watch. John Cruz, Fat Cat Newton. How you doing, guys?
My man.
We're here,
My
baby.
man.
It's a lot of laughter. We were joking off camera. Both of you guys, Cashion Rod guys, and I'm an Abu guy. You gonna leave me alone? Am I gonna be okay?
We might beat him with the kayak rod.
Kayak, yes.
Because it's got
that
like
good
steel.
flex.
Yeah, and it's got steel
Yeah.
inserts in the guides.
Height.
So we could like beat the piss out of them like people do up on the Potomac River, right? Fat Cat?
Oh, yeah. For Potomac River, they play no games whatsoever.
I noticed that.
Not bad as Jersey, but I think a lot of the problem with the Potomac is that Jersey guys come down and you guys bring your ways and push it on us and influence us to be.
And the locals are very territorial.
Yeah, well,
They are.
Yeah.
And one thing about Jersey is that my dad always said the only good thing to ever leave Jersey was an empty bus. I know, words hurt. I don't mean that.
That may be true.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as the armpit of America, which I've heard New Jersey called several times.
It's not that bad.
No. That's other states.
It is. Other
Yeah, it's
states.
whatever state you live next to, it's that state.
It is.
Good point.
It is. Let me remind everybody watching, we want to hear from you. Please hit us up on the IM. If you've got questions for Fat Cat or John, please hit us up. I want to start talking new products. Since we were talking rods already, before we start talking mini flip, man, that was close. Talk a little bit about Cashion Rods real quick, because they got some new stuff. Fat Cat, you want to jump in here and talk a little bit about what they've got coming
I'll
out?
tell you what they got coming out. First of all, Cashion Rods, for you guys that don't know about them, we're based out of Pittsburgh, North Carolina. Our Elite Series, our John Cruz Series are made right here in the good old USA.
Woo.
We make everything but the guides and the reel seat. We roll our own blanks, which is something that you don't see a whole lot in the rod world. Customer service, lifetime warranty, unconditional. You can break it over his head 10 years from now, send it back for $40. We'll send you a brand new rod. And we're trying to expand our horizons with some kayak stuff and Cruz's line. It's pretty strong.
Very cool. John,
Yeah.
jump in.
Yeah.
You showed the kayak rod, but I know you've been working hard on technique-specific stuff that, is dialed into what you're doing.
Exactly. I mean, with all the baits and the crankbaits and the different things I've designed, I love designing.
He's bragging.
I just love designing, and so when I came on with Cashion, they had almost everything that I wanted, like dead on.
Yeah.
So when I really got to fishing the products, I said, man, there's a couple actions that I prefer different than what Cashion had. So that's all we did. I mean, we could have done other rods that would probably been more popular and probably sold more.
Yeah.
But we already had those rods covered.
Right.
So
Yep.
that's why we did technique specific for certain things that, like we did a 7-foot 4-inch drop shot rod that's counterbalanced. Nobody has that.
Very cool.
Nobody.
Yeah.
I wanted a longer rod with
Yeah.
that's got a real nice soft tip. It's got good meat in the backbone, and it's counterbalanced. It's got a 3-ounce weight in the butt of the rod, so as you're holding that rod, the tip just stays up real nice and easy all day long. Very easy on your body.
That's important. Expand on that, because we got a lot of people watching right now who have no clue what a counterbalanced rod means.
Counterbalanced
Explain that
rods.
to 'em.
Yeah, most every rod, you're just trying to have the lightest total rod. But that does not necessarily mean the rod is balanced.
Right.
So when you put the rod and you put that spinning reel in your hand, or bait casters same way, that's the pivot point of where the rod's balanced. So most rods, when they're extremely light, all the weight in the rod is out towards the tip. So as you're holding that rod, you've got to put torque on your hand to hold that rod up.
Keep it up. Yeah.
To keep the tip of the rod up in the air. So what a lot of custom rod builders do, and being that Cashion is about as close as you can get to a custom rod builder.
Yeah.
I help them design the pieces of lead that go into the bottom of the rod in order to balance it. And we actually make the lead weights that go in there. We make them in missile base.
Very cool.
So we put them in there, and the rod stays balanced. So you don't have to fight your rod all day to hold that tip up.
Right.
And what it does, two things: it keeps the fatigue down on your hands, makes the rod feel lighter because it's balanced. And then when you do get a bite, it throws it off balance.
Yeah.
It kind of pulls it down. So it's just it's different,
Yeah.
and a lot of people really enjoy it.
And the other rod you did for us, especially the guys that fish the Upper Bay, Chesapeake, and Potomac, fish a lot of grass, punch mats.
Yep.
Your puncher rod, you also put a counterweight in.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is,
when you have a 711 heavy action rod, it's got a lot of wood to it.
you're punching 2 ounces.
You're punching 2 ounces of weight.
Tires
You need
out.
you need something to help you keep that rod tip up,
Yeah.
so you're not twerking it down.
Innovative.
A lot of you know. I didn't invent that. I didn't invent
No,
it. I just
you
helped put
did.
it in there. A lot of guys were doing that, counterbalancing their rods, when they punch with the custom-made rods, especially. So
Yeah.
we just kind of brought that.
Just take credit for it.
Take
Nobody-
credit, John.
Whatever. You
Take
just
credit.
throw it at me. It'll stick to me, maybe. or
Take
not.
credit. A lot of people watching want to know, John, you're carrying probably 20, 30 rods. Fat Cat, you probably carry 80 rods a day.
87.
87. A lot of guys watching that only can afford a couple rods. Fat Cat, give them one spinning and one casting rod from Cashion that they got to own.
The Cashion M8437 is probably the rod to have. And as far as the spinner rod, you're more of a finesse guy than I am. I still in the Potomac. I don't even have. I threw 2 spinner rods. But we have a shaky head rod. It's a 7.2 shaky head rod. It's medium heavy, which is my favorite for the Potomac because it's stout. It's got good backbone, but enough tip.
You can put some wood to them.
Yeah.
You can throw a Senko in that grass, and you can jam steel and crank
Single
reels.
hook, big single hook.
Oh,
with a
yeah,
Senko,
man.
you
Just
can
jam steel, that 5 right up in there.
Yep.
And like I said, it's got enough backbone to keep them up out of the grass, and you got enough tip to where you're not going to rip that hook out of them. That sound about right?
Yeah.
Do I sound like I know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, absolutely do.
A little bit. I like all the numbers.
Yeah, absolutely do.
I don't know how you guys remember all the numbers.
I think I'm not, at first I wasn't a big fan of it, but the owner of Cashion, Matt Cashion, he's our age, he's
Yeah.
a younger cat, and he is he majored in chemistry. He's actually a doctor.
Yeah.
And so instead of going to that field, he brought that madness into bass fishing and making
Pretty
rods.
cool. Pretty cool.
And it's kind of annoying because
I'm with you, Mike. So when I design rods,
Yeah.
my model number is frog rod.
It's easy. What? And this is the lesson for everybody watching. Elite
It's
guys,
frog rod.
elite guys, including John Cruz and myself,
Yep.
are very, very stupid. We can't remember numbers.
We like
Whatsoever.
simplicity.
We're
Simplicity.
dumb. We're dumb. We can't remember.
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens. So frog rod.
Frog rod.
And the rod that we made for punching grass, we call it punch rod.
Genius. That's
Wow.
innovative.
And believe it or not, the rod that we designed for drop shot rod.
Wow. That's what.
There it
That might be
is.
a lot of too many syllables. There.
Yeah,
Chop, chop,
we
rod,
tried
go
to we tried to
three.
work it into 2 words,
Right.
but it just couldn't happen. So
Okay.
Absolutely.
yeah, we ended up working that out.
I like
it's
it.
nice.
Everybody, please check out Cashion Rods. I got some amazing stuff. These guys are working hard on designing really amazing stuff. John, let's switch it up. We've got, and for those of you that follow Bash University, for those of you that follow Ike Live, you see us talking about Missile products all the time. But I'm stoked about, John's going to show you a couple products, but let's start with the one that I'm stoked about. It's a brand new jig. And
Yes.
John, we talked this morning. I've been teasing all week. I've been throwing little teasers out to people about what this thing is. But at its core, we've been getting requests for a big brother, a King Daddy version of the mini flip, which people love. And
That's right.
we finally have it. We've got it in the flip out jig, brand new. Talk about it a little bit about, John.
Definitely. We took the mini flip and we had it work out really heavily for 2 years. It worked out real hard and it grew. It got stronger, got a little bit bigger.
Yep.
And we called it the flip out.
Flip out.
And so what we do is we custom designed a hook with VMC,
Yep.
and we have a real heavy wire, and we had it designed where it has a slight turn down, just like a straight shank flipping style hook. We've got a low neck on the hook, so the jig doesn't have a big high neck, and what that does is it allows us to continue, just like with the mini flip, we keep that jig balanced along the hook shank.
So
comes
So
through
key.
cover so much better. We got the weed guard angle at exactly the same as the mini flip, and we had a full size skirt on there, so you got a bigger profile, a bigger meat hook on there, and that's
that
just your
hook is cold straight legit, son.
Yes, sir.
It's a
That-
jacking hook.
That's a gaff, dude.
It'll-
That's serious.
it'll
Yeah.
straight up put it on.
Yeah.
Put it on them. So we came out with it in a 3/8, half ounce, and we stepped it up 1 notch to the 3/4.
3/4.
So we've got
Big Daddy jig.
whatever size you need.
Yep.
We've got them all right here if I can hold them all.
Little
got 'em
hand-
all right there.
That's a lot for the little hands.
This is a lot for little hands. I want to stress too another point about this jig that's so important, and it's, John, we harp on it all the time about the mini flip. It's a weight-forward design.
Right.
Explain to everybody, because we say that all the time, and people are like, weight-forward, what's that mean? Tell them about what that means as far as getting it in and out of cover.
Right. We were adamant about that. I know that you kept telling me weight forward.
Weight forward.
And I knew exactly what you meant. And what that translates into as far as fishing goes is straight fall. The weight forward
So key.
gets that lure to fall straight. It doesn't sail. It goes straight down.
In and out of cover.
And then you can get it in and out of cover. And then when you pull on it, the jig comes up. The second that you let slack go, and it goes straight back down. So what ends up happening is you get more action out of a jig rather than it kind of sailing and gliding down. It goes up and down quicker, and with that thing being centered, and the weight being more compact at the front, it like you said, it comes right out of cover really easy. It's simple, but it's designed all with a purpose, and it all combines to do well.
It is a work of
like
art.
my body.
It is like
true.
Fat Cat's body. But
Very
here's the
true.
thing, and I had a couple. We talked about breakfast this morning. A couple of the posts, Brian and Carver, you can relate to this because we've actually, I bet you we've said this ourselves. A jig is a jig is a jig, right? And I've had a couple people say, what's the difference with the jig? But it's that little things like that. I want to talk about the weed guard angle because that's huge for us on all our jigs. The mini flip, the headbanger, and now on the Big Brother, the flip out weed guard angle is so key.
That's
Tell
right.
everybody why that's important.
Yeah, we'll give this to Bass U on a little education on why this is key, because a lot of jigs. Hopefully, there's not too many jig manufacturers listening.
Don't listen.
When you have a real steep weed guard, I don't care how thick it is. What's going to happen is that as that weed guard is pushed down, you're going to get into the point of the hook quick. So if my weed guard is steeper like my finger and you press it down, you're going to get into the point of the hook a lot faster.
Yep.
And then that's what snags. If you have it at the right angle, as you see the weed guard starts to crunch down, when it gets to where the point of the hook is, it's at a little bit more of an angle. It doesn't have quite the bite.
Yes.
So what that does is it may scrape, but it'll scrape through cover a lot easier than having that hook pointing out and just digging straight into usually it's wood.
Yep.
Usually just digging right into that wood. And you and I, we've talked about this for years, actually.
Yeah.
That the weed guard angle is just huge as far as, and what happens is you get a little bit of pressure here at the beginning, and then it has the ability to actually kind of raise up and bounce off before it comes through the cover.
It's so key. Weed guard angle is so key. Brian, can I have you chime in? Brian the Carpenter, chime in on weed guard angle, because from years and years ago, top rod fishing, that's a key aspect of a jig.
So key.
That's all you're going to say about it. All right, we're going to take.
I'm not a pro, bro.
Whatever. We're going to take some instant messaging questions here in a second, but before we do that, I'd like to do something real quick. In honor of this being a new jig, and it's a big, full-sized, full-bodied, all-around flipping jig.
Kind of like Fat Cat.
John, I want you to be a mini flip. I'm going to be a mini flip. Fat Cat, I want you to be the new Missile flip-out jig. And if we can, on the count of 3, let's just act like a jig and how we go through the water. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go.
This is super awkward.
This is so stupid.
Super awkward. That was super awkward.
I liked it.
Wow.
Yeah, good job.
That's nice.
No,
Nice job,
you
Fat
got
Cat.
moves, bro.
I was getting into it.
Yeah, that was
Brian said that's so stupid.
Fat Cat almost ate me.
awkward level on fleek. That was good.
Brian the Carpenter, what do we got coming in?
Lieutenant Dan's legs on the instant message board wants to know, John, is the skirt on the flip out a unisex skirt?
It's a transgender skirt. So bass of any sex will definitely take to it.
Okay.
Good
Yeah.
answer.
Did you ask the Ned rig question? Oh, the Ned rig with a crawl father has been deadly for me, says Josh, on a crawfish imitator. Are there any other sneaky rigs that y'all use for crawfish imitators?
Ooh.
Southern boy said y'all.
Y'all.
My
I did it with the air quotes when I said it.
Y'all.
Let's see. Sneaky rigs. I'll tell you what. We just came out with this new the Missile Baits 48.
Uh-oh. Zoom.
And this is a. Can you see that there? It's a 4.8-inch straight worm. But if you take the small end, Texas rig it, put a 1/32 ounce nail weight in the rear of it, it actually shimmies and goes backwards. That is a sneaky little dirty rig. It doesn't glide backwards. It just kind of floats backwards and it shimmies at the same time. And I think that could be
That 48 though, it's dense and it's got that. I think it's serious. Like me, myself, and Ivory. That's
Right.
a weird reference.
Right.
Somebody probably get. But
right.
I know that reference.
that it's a durable bed. Like I said, she shimmies all around. Ned rig, anything. That's
Yeah.
a bad unit.
Yes, sir.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one little sneaky rig.
It's a cool bait. That's a cool bait. And John, I know a lot of people at iCast are sniffing around at the 48. That thing's available where after iCast? Where can they get it?
Right now, it's available anywhere. We got 10 colors, 8 in a bag for $4.99. Lots of different ways to rig it. That was like the secret squirrel way to rig it. And everything from Nico to Ned
Texas,
to Uncle
Standard
Tom.
Texas, wacky.
Yeah.
I like it wacky. I've worked it a little bit wacky.
Yes.
It's because it's bulkier on the ends than it is in the middle. I think it's an outstanding wacky.
Yes. And
Wacky.
it does the thing.
Brian, do we have any more IMs coming in? If not, I'd like to ask John something else.
One more.
Yes.
Is the jig head tungsten? If not, have air quotes y'all thought about making it tungsten?
We make all of our – these are lead, and we make all of our jigs in the U.S. With lead, which is the only way you can essentially make it in the U.S. Tungsten is very hard to work with from a molding perspective.
Yeah.
It can be done. It's much more labor intensive.
You need small fingers.
Well, you need cheap labor is what you need. And so the tungsten products are overseas, majority of that stuff. And so as of right now, we're going to try to keep everything made in the U.S. From our missile jigs standpoint. And we're going to try to, yep.
If you were to go tungsten, though, your price point would double, triple.
Probably double. It'd probably double. I know some people would pay for it.
Right.
Yeah, I might pay, for a product like that, I would probably pay for the difference. And I know in some areas up in the Northeast, you can't fish a lead jig. And sorry, just it's hard to get that.
Yeah.
It's hard to make it.
Yeah.
What is that? Maine? The lead band?
I think it's New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
Yeah, it might be Maine as well.
I think so both. I think it's
Yeah.
both of those.
Yeah,
Same place, right?
same place. John, I know you got a couple more baits, and so we got a lot of people watching that are fans of missile jigs, but they're also fans of missile soft baits. What else do you have
we've
here
got
that's juicy that you could show us?
We've got something that Ish has been asking for quite a while, and it's something that's very popular in the Northeast, and it's an all black creature flipping
What?
bait. All black, straight black.
You do have that?
Straight black. Straight black. It looks like shadow here against my hand, maybe. It's all black, and a lot of different applications. I showed that to Sandy earlier today from. She was like, "Yep, yeah, we need that. Yep, no doubt up there in the northern
That's
bass."
a key.
Yeah,
Straight black is a really
it's a huge deal in the Northeast.
In the Northeast,
and a lot of people in the rest of the country don't realize how effective it is, and it's not a seasonal bait.
Right.
You can fish that color basically all the time.
Man, I'm excited about that one.
That's cool.
That's straight.
I can tell you're excited.
I know,
I feel you,
seriously.
yeah.
You didn't tell me about that. I knew you were
Well,
talking about it.
sometimes you got to
Wow.
surprise people.
Yeah, Pete Lusick right now would be salivating
Yes.
Right.
all over
Right.
the table
He's
right
normally
now.
salivating.
He's drinking
anyway, 'cause
coffee
he's
over there
always
right
hungry,
now.
Right?
Wow, that's awesome.
Mhm. He's eating.
Imagine that.
John, can I put you on the spot since we're live? Any possibility I could get some of those by Lake Champlain? Any
Yes.
possibility?
There's one.
Yes, I have one for Lake Champlain. These are very durable. I think I could go through 50 or 60
Mhm.
largemouth
Now, on
a day.
would you use that to mimic a leech or something like that on Champlain? Or
You
what's
know,
the deal?
the biggest thing for black sometimes I think is just it's the absence of all that extra color. I think that's key. You know what I mean?
Personally, I think, especially in clear water, it's a shadow.
Right.
They can't quite.
They
It
can't
looks
see
like
what it is.
it looks
The
like
silhouette.
right. It looks like the shadow side of something,
Yep.
and it confuses them. And I think that's
Yeah.
part of the deal.
Yeah.
They have a hard time picking it up.
Yeah, the other deal is low light conditions, early in the morning,
Mhm.
late in the evening, at night. Great color choice. And the other one is mud. When you
Mhm.
get to muddy mud, coffee, ugly chocolate, crap, straight black,
Yep.
or something real bright like that orange blade or something like that, an orange or a chartreuse. But, dude, straight black, you can't beat it in mud. dirty.
Oh yeah, yeah, because it's just a silhouette there.
I didn't know about that. I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah,
that makes me happy.
That'll be good.
That makes me happy. Let me remind everybody you watching BU live from iCast 2017. Never before have you seen a broadcast like this with all the new products. I have James Watson smelling his sandal in the back. Smells delicious. I can
Smells
smell
like
it from
Vienna
here.
sausages.
Let me remind you, please, we want to hear from you. Hit us up on our IM board if you have questions for Fat Cat or John. Fat Cat, I want to flip the switch here a little bit and talk about what you're up to. You're insta famous right now, but what's going on with Fat Cat Newton?
Was
Right
that a weight question?
See, why
no, it's not a weight question. It's what's going on with the life of Fat Cat.
So all you got is fat jokes?
You got to
fat
clarify
jokes.
that.
Yeah, words hurt, bro. Words hurt. No, I'm just still working on being a trailblazing, trend-setting pioneer in the fishing game, man.
Woo!
I am what it is. If it wasn't for me, there would be no iCast. I mean, half of this stuff I developed, I don't get credit for. I've been doing this stuff since '87, and it kind of is it's a situation where I get a little chip on my shoulder, but I just take a deep breath, man, 'cause I've got good friends like you guys, so I just come here, let you guys take all the credit for the stuff that I've done and created, and I'm just all about spreading the word of fishing. I'm all about, getting kids off the Xbox, putting them on the tackle box. I'm all about getting them get them off a gaming console, put them on the water with a fishing pole.
Yeah.
Get them off the iPads, put them on the lily pads. You know what I'm saying? 24 by 4, wall-to-wall, treetop tall. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah. In a nutshell.
In a nutshell. But no, man, I'm just trying to get a piece of this action.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make folks laugh. My main objective in life is to put a smile on face.
It's a good thing.
Especially the haters.
We need more of that.
Oh, you want to hate on Fat Cat? Oh, you do. There's enough of me for you to hate on. So come hate. I'm sure you guys type it right up. Get the fat boy off, man.
Yeah.
I know how you guys used to do me.
That's a great point, though. And I want let's bring this up. I know this is kind of a different show. This is more Ike Live. But why are people in the fishing industry so uptight? Like, I love what you're doing because think about it, dude. We're, like, very uptight in the fishing industry. Don't you feel like?
In general.
You're like, too many serious people, old school serious people. I think we need to loosen up the whole
I would
entire
love
industry.
to see that. Yeah, I would love to see folks. People get worked up.
Johnny's uptight. Look at that hair.
You get the panties in a while.
He's very uptight.
I'm uptight in the front, but it's all loose in the back.
You see, people
right.
get
This is modern day mullet, son. I thought you knew.
People are quick to judge others and not realize they're doing the same thing that they're judging the other person for.
Right.
I think that reflects back in society
I like
a little
to
bit.
bust jokes. I like to talk jokes and make fun of people. But hey, listen, I mean, if you're not going to make fun of yourself, don't worry about it. I'm going to do it for you.
Right.
It's all about being lighthearted, but just stop worrying about what everybody else is doing and worry about yourself.
We've roomed together for quite a while.
I've heard stories.
1,000 years.
I've heard stories. You guys live beside each other.
We have a couple sayings that I think apply to this scenario right here. One,
I know which one you're going to say.
We don't make fun of anybody.
Right.
We make fun of everybody.
Everybody. Make fun of everybody.
Everybody.
Hello.
If y'all stand here long enough, we'll make fun of y'all.
Absolutely.
Everybody.
Yes.
And the other thing is that you got to have fun while you're fishing.
You do.
We're fishing. It's competitive, and nobody works harder than you do on the water. That's a bet, and we all put like 100% effort into it.
Yeah.
I mean, people say, 120%. Dude, 100 is the max. Sorry, but
simple math.
Right? Yeah, it's simple.
Simple math, right there.
But you put 100% into it, man. You're freaking dead at the end of the day. But a big key for us in doing well is to have fun and enjoy ourselves, laughs.
Oh, we laugh. It's so
yeah,
true.
Yeah. Maybe have a cocktail.
Yeah, who knows? Cocktail snakes in there.
Yeah. Loosen up a little bit. It's all good.
Laughter's good.
Yeah, but as far as being
hey, look at this. There was a Gucci wallet on the floor, and we just said, come in here real quick. Come in here. Look in there at this camera. Look in there at this camera right here. Steve just saved my life because my wife would have my head on a platter, not only because it's a Gucci wallet, a.k.a. Flambeau wallet for my Flambeau sponsorship, but there's probably a little bit of money in
code
there.
for Flambeau.
So thank you for doing that.
Good
Appreciate
man.
that. Okay. Wow.
Good man.
Very nice gesture there. Thank you. That was awesome.
Yeah, good man over there.
Talk a little. Yes.
No, what he was just touching base on, like I watch the Bass University. I try to watch as much as you guys as possible. And one thing to the younger generation, I don't normally get serious. A lot of folks don't realize what goes into being a professional angler. They think, I want to be a pro angler because they get to fish for a living. But the time, the money, the dedication, the passion, the heartbreak that you guys put up with and everything. The younger generation just thinks they get to get out there and fish.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, man.
Work.
And the young folks, you can get your jersey and you can get and put logos on it and all that. That's cool. I admire that because you want to be a part of something.
Yeah.
That's the coolest thing about this industry, far as you can come to these events and meet the pros, and you can put a jersey on and feel like a pro. But until you get out there and you're rolling across 5 foot, 6 foot swells, 60, 70 miles to get your guts beat out in 35-degree water, where you got to stop and shove your guts back in you, where you're on the road 2-3 months at a time, where you're thinking, if I don't make a top 60 in this, I'm not going to make the cut, and ruins my next year. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of everything. And then I'm not going to get picked up by the sponsors next year. It's just, it's a lot that goes into it, man, and I don't like being serious, but man, I admire what you guys do, and I think a lot of the young kids need to really step back and think, is this really what I want to do? Because it's hard work.
It's hard work. I think anything in life you want to be successful at, you got to work hard. You got to
Absolutely.
give a lot of dedication.
I'm trying to grow my hair out like John. I've been working on that. It's hard, though.
Yeah, you can do it. I know you can do it. If you try hard enough, I think you can do it.
I'm trying,
Okay.
man.
Yeah, I love it. I wanted to talk a little bit, Fat Cat, about iCast. Everybody knows it as a show where new products come out. We saw some great missile products right here. It's also a great networking show. It's a great time to come out and meet the right people. Talk a little bit about that, what you're doing here this week.
So compared to like the Classic, the Cup, major expos, the pros, you guys aren't as under pressure per se. You guys are meeting and greeting, but you guys don't have a line of people waiting to get to you. It's more lax in a way.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as congested, it's not as crazy, and it's more time to mingle, more time to talk, and it's not all the, why are you asking me serious questions? You should ask me about farts and Vienna sausages. I feel weird talking serious on the spot.
It's because they told me. They said because of that emblem that's up there, which is the Bash University.
It's all about learning,
They
education.
want me to be more serious.
Education.
in this
I'm sorry.
program.
Boom.
It's hard for me to break away, but I'm trying to.
It ask me another question. It's hard to be serious, man. Pete, are you okay back there, buddy? Am I messing your gig up? You getting upset? You ready to fist fight when I get done? Come on, get some.
Fist fight.
All right. But no, man, it's just a great thing to come to. Like, I'm walking around seeing, like, most of the time you see the pros in and out. They got to go. They got lines. Here, man, things lax. They're talking, and they're just trying to line things up, and you get to see all the new products. And some of the products, you're like, oh, my God, that is awesome.
Yeah.
There's some of the products you're like, oh, my God, what is that right there?
Yep.
Because a lot
Like
of times,
$140 bucket.
hey, I'm not saying enough, but in the fishing industry, it's a multi-billion-dollar business for a reason, because a lot of people don't know they need something until you tell them they need it.
Yeah.
And that's what you're seeing here. You're seeing a lot of awesome products, and you're seeing a lot of products that
May not be.
May not be so often.
Yeah, I'll tell you a quick story. Sometimes you don't know what you're looking at. And I know that a couple years ago that Duo Realis came out with that spy bait,
Yeah.
or spin bait, whatever you want to call it. And I looked at it, I was like, that looks like a heap of crap, because why would you fish a prop bait that's not under the water?
Yeah, it's
I'm like, you just reel it?
That's kind of
Oh, that's silly. And a friend of mine called me, and he's like, hey, I saw that new spy bait. I was like, dude, that's the biggest piece of garbage. And so he got me thinking. I'm like, God, I'm going to feel like a total idiot if that thing catches on. So I was like, I went and bought one, and I saw it in the water. I was like, oh, snap. That thing looks kind of cool in the water. Now a lot of people, it's like a standard. Now a lot of companies have them.
Yeah.
And a lot of people fish them.
I respect you for putting yourself out there like that, saying you thought it was a piece of garbage. And
I did.
God
I was
knows
wrong.
how much money it's made. What are you doing right now? You typing right in front
Yeah,
of us?
I'm sorry.
Pete did the same
He's looking
thing
at
with
his pants.
with the Whopper Plopper and the Chatterbait.
Yeah. Whopper Plopper, Chatter.
Oh, yeah. Somebody gave me a handmade
And
version.
Senko.
A handmade version of the Whopper Plopper probably 8 or 9 years ago. That's right. I've been toting it around the country for years. I ain't throwing it worth nothing. And then
I spent money.
Whopper Plopper, I know what that is. I've
But
seen
not
that.
James Watson. James Watson is taking the Whopper Plopper
He
to
put-
the top. To the top.
Remember
To
when the
sky.
buzz
He's
bait
putting
was a
trophies
Booyah
on his
come out
wall.
with a 12-inch buzz bait? Remember that?
Yeah, the real long
You still
wire.
throw that, don't you? You still
No, I don't throw that one. I don't think I ever did. I missed out. Well, look at this. We have a surprise visitor.
the head on
there
this
he
right here.
goes. Look at him. He's walking.
It's a large head.
James, walk down the steps. Go do the thing where you're walking down the steps, so it looks like you're going down.
He's wearing
There he
five-
goes. He's gone in the basement right now.
Oh, he's that man
God!
down.
He just
Fell down the stairs.
iCast. We have a liability.
Look like he's wearing a 5-gallon bucket with a brim on it. 10 gallon.
10 gallon.
John, I want to switch it to you.
Yeah.
Real quick. So you're a great example of iCast, what it means, because you're a pro, but you're also the owner of Missile Baits. Besides what Fat Cat has talked about, and what is iCast for you as the owner of Missile Baits? What is iCast?
Oh,
for you?
it's I have to wear a lot of hats. At
I would
iCast.
definitely be wearing one right now with the head like that.
Fat Cat stole my hat, so I had to do this.
Is that really John's hat?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
He couldn't fit in my shoes or my hat. All right, keep going.
I could, but they would be a little big. I'm just saying. But anyway, I have to do a lot of things. I have to try to go to as many of my sponsors as I can.
Yeah.
Plus, my main concern is missile baits, because I've got a 10 by 30 booth.
Yeah.
I've got meetings set up, throughout almost every day, and I've got to bounce over to Spro and got a lot of obligations there. So I've just got to try to do. I do a lot of videos and that kind of thing as well. So I try to do as much as I can in 3 days, and then you pack it all up and go home.
Yep.
That's what it is for me.
But it's a good week. It's an important week. It's a critical week if you're in the fishing industry.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're not at iCast, the way I feel like is you're not a player in the industry, and that's the reason Cashions here and Missile, Pro, and I mean you're here, and like Abu has a huge display, and they're here every year. They're just like they're a staple. They're stonework at iCast.
Yep.
So you get all the established companies. They're always here. And it's good to walk around and see what's going on within the industry.
Yep.
But also, like you talked about, networking.
Key.
A lot of what I do here in between all the meetings is talk with various reps that I know, various dealers that I talk to and deal with. I talk to other pros. We talk a little shop. We talk fishing. We talk sales. We talk what's going on. We talk crap about other companies. We make fun of everybody we see. I mean, it's we have a good time with it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of business, a lot of networking, like you mentioned, that goes on.
Yep. All right.
Sure.
Now here it goes. This is the most important part of this segment. We gave a lot of good tips, saw a lot of good products. John Cruz, if somebody's watching right now, they see this brand new flip out, they see the 48, they see that black D-bomb. How can these guys that are watching actually get a hold of these baits? Tell them right there.
The new missile baits products are almost all ready to go. They're almost all ready to go. The jig is going to be ready in mid-August, somewhere in that time frame. That's when that one's coming out. Mid-August, I think that's when we're going to be able to start shipping those. So it be real soon. Be real soon. Yeah, these things I pulled them hot off the production line
Let me feel that thing
to bring them here. Still
Oh,
warm.
God,
Still
it burned
warm.
me.
That's
It
why it's
burns.
red. That's why it's
hot.
red. You got to see the red
Super hot.
red card.
It's hot.
So
All
hot.
right. And then Fat Cat, please, everybody's watching. Let them know, how can they follow you in your life and your escapades? Give them the best way.
Well, first of all, I want to say one thing before I go down that long list. All you young cats out there, or your fathers, your sons, I hear a lot. I do YouTube, I do Facebook, I do a lot of videos, and I always hear the same thing from the people that watch my stuff. Yeah, I want to start a YouTube channel. I want to start doing this. I want to start doing that. Then I see them a year later. They talk about they're going to start doing it. Stop talking about it. Start being about it. It costs you nothing to start a YouTube channel. And
effort.
Listen, and I would not even worry about the money at first, because at first you're going to have 10 subscribers, and it'll grow. And once you get to a certain point, then you can monetize. Don't worry about the money at first. Just worry about creating wonderful, awesome content. It's all about your content. It's all about being yourself. It's all about having fun on camera. Start your YouTube channel. Start putting videos on Instagram. Just start doing it and stop talking about it. And you can always watch me, Fat Cat Newton. I'm on everything, the YouTube,
Instagram.
Facebook, Instagram, MySpace. Come at me, though. But the most important thing, don't go follow me. Start your own page, man. Create your own content. And always follow Bass University and watch these guys, because I know I've learned my share, and I pretty much know it all. But
There you have it. There you
Yeah.
have it.
I just
All
saw
right.
hands go up, so I stopped talking.
No, I love it. I love it. All right, listen.
Y'all good? Okay.
Thanks for tuning in. Hang in there with us a couple minutes. When we come back, more great guests at iCast Live 2017. You don't want to miss it. Hang in there with us.